Today in Nashville, the at-home edition, Kelly Sutton and Carole Sullivan, hanging out at home, bringing all the good stuff home just for you. How you doing, friend?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. You know what came in the mail?
What?
Bat coins. No one seems to be as excited about these as I am, but I thought it was interesting that the 2020 quarter that was determined a long time ago has bats on the back of them, as if this year couldn't get any weirder. So I, of course, had to order them. Can you see my little bat?
I can. Look at that.
There you go, the 2020 quarter. So that was my excitement.
Can I just pull that bag up again? Because that bag looks like a fake bag they would have put in a movie with a heist. Like somebody just robbed a bank and they got away with all of these bags full of quarters, right?
Right.
Real.
It's like, do you have the money? I've got the money.
I got the money right here. That's awesome. I really like them though. Those are cute.
Actually, you did when I first brought up this story about the 2020 quarter having bats on the back, and it's for our national parks, but they just thought bats would be an interesting thing to put on the back. You thought they looked cute. I did not, but I stand corrected. They do look like cute bats.
They are pretty cute. We have bats here at our house. We have a lot of bats outside. They're all outside, but we've been spending a lot of time outside on the porch. And when you're, just laying down looking at the stars, you can see them. They're flying in and out. I counted 7 the other night. So the only thing that's a little creepy is I just really hope that they aren't making themselves at home in my attic, or I've never seen them up there. I've been very careful because I do know, there's a horror story that I had a friend of a friend who did an Airbnb in Florida, and it turns out there were bats in there and the entire family had to be scrutinized for rabies because they said a bat bite, you can't tell. It feels like a mosquito bite. So in the middle of the night, if one of them would have gotten bitten, so they had to be treated as if they had rabies, which meant shots and right. I know. I don't know how this took a wrong turn. Anywho,
back up. If you're bit by a bat, it doesn't feel like anything significant. It feels as minute as a mosquito.
I have not had the experience of being bitten by a bat. However, I was told that it's so small that it could happen and you not realize it. I mean, unless you saw it come at you and bite you. But if you were asleep or, whatever, that it's not as big, or, I mean, not what we would think of as, I would think it would be, prominent, like a snake bite or something, but they said
they're significant in size. If a bird bit me, I'd be like, oh wow, I felt that. Okay, but the positive side of the bats, because I've been thinking about putting a bat house in the back of our yard because they eat so many mosquitoes. What'd you say?
I said a belfry. You've got bats in your belfry in the back. That seems right. It seems on brand, really, for both of us to have bats. But yeah, they do. They eat a lot of mosquitoes. And that was, when we were looking up, I said to Paul, I was like, wow, we got a lot of bats. And he's like, well, that means fewer mosquitoes. So yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky. That's fantastic.
So what's happening in your house these days?
No, Kelly, same old, same old. Let me just show you. Hi, whoever walked around. You gotta leave. Okay, I gotta leave too. I got somewhere to be.
You're just maxing and relaxing, friend. There it is.
All right, bye. I love you too. This is my canceled vacation that we're staring at.
That looks like a place I could hang all day long.
In 2020's canceled a lot of things. It's all good, but I do sometimes just want to, be in this space for a little bit. That'd be nice.
Oh, speaking of things on vacation, so one of my vacations, which actually 2 of them have already been canceled, 2 trips to Disney, right? We haven't done. But one of my really good friends went to Universal.
I'm coming back. I didn't leave you.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Where am I? There she is.
Technology's hard.
So one of my really good friends went to Universal Studios as it opened. Like, they were one of the very first families there. And of course, I was all about it. I was like, tell me everything. And she said, everyone has to wear a mask. They were at 15% capacity, which is basically nobody, right? Nobody's in the park. Every line is virtual. So, and she said that they were still trying to work out the kinks. A lot of people weren't having success with getting in the virtual queue. And so it wasn't perfect, but they were working through it. And she said, honestly, it's so sparkling clean right now. I think that she kind of nailed it. I mean, if you're gonna go, if you really, really, really want to go, and this was for pass holders only, because they are Universal pass holders. So they were down there super early. She's staying in a hotel on property. She said there's no one in the hotel. They are like one of the few families there. So truthfully, looking at that and what Universal is doing, I think Disney's probably going to be on par with doing the same thing. And that opening is July the 11th. So yeah, I mean,
You got the season pass this year, the first time you've ever done it. And it still breaks my heart that all this happened. You guys, oh, I'm so sorry. Are you going to be able to kind of get into the queue of getting admitted into the park this year? Because listen, we'll just stop the show. We won't air it. We need a report from you of what's going on at the Mouse House in Orlando.
okay, so here's the deal. If we can do this from my basement, I'm really sure that we can do this from the Magic Kingdom. It's not that big of a deal. We'll just pack this up and take it south. So it's fine. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it's going to work just yet. I know pass holders, they're going to do a certain thing for us, but to be honest, I don't think that all of the hotels are going to be accepting new reservations. So it's one of those, if you have a pass, you're able to get into the parks, but you won't be able to make a reservation to stay on property because there were people that already had those reservations. Kind of a weird dichotomy. I don't know how that's going to work out. So I don't know. We're going to figure it out. I don't know. There's part of me that it's kind of like my friend Katie, like, let's just go early when it's clean and sparkling and everyone's staying away and wearing their mask. But then another part of me is thinking July heat with a mask at Disney World. That's a lot.
It's a real. And Dollywood is doing the same with pass holders. So people are getting into kind of that virtual queue to see if they can get a day, putting in their wish list on when they can go. And I'm really curious how I think everyone's going to pull it off, and it's going to be great. It's just a year of patience,
Pack your patience. That's exactly right.